Fornhan.Ponsan, enroll now and become part of the story. So, first off, the most important part about magic tools. Anyone can use them, regardless of if they are mages or not, young or old, human or magical creature. That is the entire purpose behind them. That means it is important to make them in a way that will prevent the worst from happening regardless of how they are handled. To this are there obviously limits. You can only ever make something so safe, while still being able to do what it is supposed to do. But that is something you will always need to think about when making one. It is more likely to be used by someone who is incapable of doing anything against the failure than them being able to do something. We use magic circuits in a way that makes things safer, but they cannot do everything, and it will be up to creativity in some cases how to make things safe. This includes things as having a spell circle that automatically cancels magic if something entered this range, like a hand holding the tool too far up. This is just like people putting caps on the outlets to prevent children from sticking in a metal fork and getting electrocuted. And even if you don't know how grounding works, can a grounded outlet still save your life? We now tier magic tools in separate types. First of all are activator tools. They are designed with one specific function they cannot deviate from, and they have to activate to be used by turning them on or holding them active via a button being held down. This is also the easiest to make magic tool, as the concept with them is incredibly simple. They are nothing more than a tool with a spell circle which is purposefully broken and can be rejoined by pressing a button down, with a missing part on it or flipping a switch in place. While their tasks are simple, does this not mean they are weak tools. A military application would make tools purposefully with immense amount of magic, so that what you saw last class would happen on a grander scale. But as it is incredibly hard to bind grand amounts of magic to tools successfully unstable, is this not something anyone could do? And if the Bureau of Magic would ever catch a tool that is too powerful, will that be taken out of the market, and the person responsible possibly imprisoned? Always only ever bind the minimum amount of magic needed for your task, and never more. The worst case then is that if it fails to activate. There are in fact two types of activators. The first are those that activate and then deplete all the magic, type 1 activators. And then those that can be turned on and off, type 2. Type 2 can also either be refillable or simply have one charge of magic. Which one to make depends all on what the purpose is. T2 that are cash-in items are often not made for everyday use, but are more unique in what they give you, at the cost of being a one-time use. It always costs something to add something, so you cannot simply make everything reusable. Now, as they are made for those who have no access or knowledge to magic, are rechargeables not charged with the same way you would normally do it. Instead, do we give the tool a core that has a slot for a T-battery. Your spell circle will then accommodate for the magic coming from a separate part at a known location. These T-batteries then are nothing more than a T2 magic tool with a binding circle and an access point for outside sources to get at the magic without breaking the battery. Ultimately, are they no different from an electric battery, just that they have access in a different way. Not all magic tools are designed for magic then. We also have magic templates. For higher level magic will you need complexity that is most effectively done with magic templates. They are sort of like Lego bricks that you can stick together to build a magic circle. This also means these days they have turned somewhat into instant magic circles, as they do have fully functional magic circles on them. They were designed to make large complexes of magic circuits and have specific wording on them that allows interconnection but if you just add them to a magic circle that caps them off, can they give you fast, simple magic circles. They are also empty templates, so that you can still do some fine adjustment, but they are more of a rarity these days, as most either want the convenience or will make the spell circle from ground up. What regrettably obviously also exists are magic weapons. Of those exist two versions: enhancers, who use magic to strengthen the ability of a weapon. They are blends between magic and technology, only using magic as the final push, but due to the half-assed combination do they easily break and degrade fast. This makes them dangerous and rarely used now that weapons are already good enough at killing. The other option are true magic weapons, who use the magic as the weapon. But this also means that TMV can only be used by mages effectively, so magic weapons are mostly used by mages to fight magical creatures. In fact, this military research blend over into creating T2, but wherever you could use magic is it more efficient and easier to produce if you just supplement with electricity. Things like heating knives are simply not needed enough for all the downsides they hold. It is extremely inefficient to simply add magic to an already existing thing to add functionality. These systems are too rigid to blend together properly. Spell prohibitors are tools that prevent magic. They suppress magic flow, which then, most importantly, lets you control the flow of magic in objects, making them the insulators of magic tools. But more traditionally can they be used in the form of talismans, to bind magic creatures. For them do you also need to differentiate between those that suppress magic and those that dissipate magic. Those that suppress can reach their limit if too much magic flows into them, and eventually break, but they completely prevent magic. On the other hand, those that dissipate are nigh unbreakable by magic, as they take all incoming magic and send it outwards to prevent it from doing what it's supposed to do. In that case is the magic still shot out, and it is dangerous standing near a magical creature trying to escape a dissipating spell prohibitor, but you know that they won't escape it in turn. With the help of suppressing spell prohibitors can we then make dry computers. While the name is computer, does this refer to all types of magical electronics. They use magic to achieve the same goals electricity could do. The advantage is that if done right, any form of magic can be turned into energy, so all you need is a magic supply, which is readily available in the wild. But on the other hand, is it never just that easy. Just like using magic tools for everyday use, is a non-magic version more efficient in how we build our world up. And the exact details are beyond me, as could not even begin to understand what those geniuses do to make magic fulfill these tasks. This entire branch is about generalizing all magic into one purpose, and use that to fulfill your goal then regardless of what you have accessible. Finally is molds, the term used for uncategorized magic tools. Some miscellaneous stuff that does not fit in any of the other categories directly will just be branded a mold instead. They are also often just called T3, but activators are defined as being one-purpose tools, while molds can be anything with no restriction, so it's rather an unfitting name. All we will be focusing on are T1, T2 activators, templates and prohibitors, which does consist of the biggest branches and includes the basics needed for every magic tool creation.